Hello there, and welcome to another episode of Wingspan. Just finished playing a game. Wasn't too happy for it in terms of a video, so I figured I would do something, or just re-record another video, and do with a Stonehenge background today. We go second. Let's see what's inside our bird tray. Bob White, that's good if it's in your starting hand, just so you can get eggs faster. Crescent Pension, that's near good for like the middle of the game or near the end, where you have potentially might have a food engine where you can just tuck a bunch of things. Seeing it in the early game does allow you to more aggressively go towards the food engine and have this potentially convert your excess wheat into points. Brambling is also nice in the fact that you can draw two and then tuck two. Playing it round one is just a 10-point card, and you can cycle through cards a lot easier. Black-shouldered kite, good for eggs. It's chancy on if it will hit, but if it does hit, it does launch you forward in your game plan. Because of this, little bustard is also something I'm looking at. And then the sulfur-crested cockatoo is also something. Don't plan on using it right away, but it is there for me to accelerate my food. Nothing for let's see here. Nothing for wetlands is a little sad, but I can use the nectar here to draw two cards. Different nest types. Let's see. Could try to go for different nest types. We have one card in the forest that we might want to play. We have nothing for Birdbander in like our starting hand or in the bird tray, so that makes it somewhat unappealing. Although the Brambling might help us get there. So let's see here. Turn one, what do we want? The Brambling is nice. I'm not too concerned it's not like insane like the Franklin Skull or Killdeer. But it is a nice card. If we don't get it, I'm pretty confident we can pivot. Go second. There's no rats in the bird tray for the black-shouldered kite, which makes me a little nervous. Let's see. If there's no good food, I would just draw two cards. Birds and call it a day, and then probably tuck one card to get a nectar. If there is good food, I will go for it. Here, the bird tray is empty, which usually is safe. We're probably likely to get a nectar. I like my cards. I think cards is where I am the slowest right now. Here, I want to play these three cards: the Brambling, a Little Bustard, and Black-shouldered Kite. The reason why I want these two: Black-shouldered Kite for the tempo this provides, Little Buzzard because it's already in my hand, and then Brambling because it's a very good utility bird. I am going to draw a card because tucking it has no downside. Now for the Bustard, I'm actually tempted to tuck this instead because the Australian Shelduck is good because it's a card I can put in the wetlands and it gives me an extra card whenever I use it. Let's see here. Does hit nest types I already have, which I'm not excited about. But it does get me there, and I'm confident I can get other cards. One downside I am noticing right now is that I don't have enough nectar to pay for everything. I'm one food short, and I'm one turn short, more or less. Unless someone gives me an egg, which is somewhat unlikely. I mean, I can check to see if someone has something like a rock pigeon. Yeah, I'm not getting eggs. Green starting out with no brown powers. That's a little risky. I wonder what their game plan is. Here, I'm just going to throw eggs on the cockatoo, just because I want to be able to potentially get the eggs on here. Okay. The extra food there doesn't help at all. Red gains stuff from having extra food, and green, I believe, is very behind. So I'll give them the food. Then we will just get the eggs. I am just going to use eggs on the kite right away. That way, when I need eggs again, I have room to grab it. Common teal, that's another one, just being able to draw extra cards. I don't think it's too important. I think I'm going to try and go for the Bob White instead. The reason why I'm going for the Bob White is because it's a fairly decent card. That way, when I need eggs, I just gain an extra egg. 5 points is also pretty decent. Also, having the Azure Tit is good, because that just supports getting more cards. Buzzard, I'm not excited at seeing. The Rock Thrush. So something you can do with the Rock Thrush is just play it and get some extra cards. It does help everyone else, but as we're more so card-starved, I think that's what I'll do. 3 cards is also a fair bit of card board as well. Here I'm just going to refresh. I don't want to tuck anything. Going first is a little rough. Skip. Let's see here. Great Indian Bustard might be nice. But it doesn't look like I get it. I already have a bowl nest for my boar, so I don't need that. And I'm going to try and save Nectar when I can save it. But here I'm just going to draw 5 cards. That should set me up pretty well to do whatever I need to. I'm probably going to go with the golden-headed Gisticola and the Northern Shoveler, maybe. Depends on how well I feel about food. Worst case, I just discard it later. Green. Green already has food, so I'm gonna put it in green. That way, if they also want to play a forest bird, they also need to do an extra egg. House Wren is nice. That way I can just play 3 birds in one go. In fact, that might be what I tried to set up for. Otherwise, for clutch nests, I do have some things for clutch nests. Now, regain food. Do I need more? Don't want to play the magpie, but I can tuck that for food. Is there an additional bird? Yeah, we're kind of food starved, so I'm just going to get rid of the Bobolink just because I can't really use it too well. And that gives me 5 food for me to spend. And my main priorities is just going to be... Oh, I don't want to do these or tits because that is a food type I already have one of. Okay. That is concerning. New plan. I am going to try and draw a extra card. Dark-eyed Junko might be nice. The yellow-eyed Cockatoo is also good. Caston's Finch is not good. But this at least allows me to discard or tuck cards for value. Also gives me the clutch nests, which potentially might give me the extra 3 points. Here, how well am I doing? I have 1, 2, 3. I have 5 cards. I'm not doing too well. My main advantage is I do have 2 cards there, and I do have the Brambling to help smooth out my hand. Taco, not good. Gaston's Finch is not good at all here. At least winning there. I have good Nectar. Oh, I'm actually doing fairly well competitively on Nectar. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. This has an egg discount. So I'm going to set up to play these 3 birds. Here I need wheat, I need worms. I want to play these 3 birds. I want to play the cuckoo at some point, which gives me 2 cards. I might as well use the cards to tuck, gain food. And let's see here. I'm 1 food off. How unappealing. Alright, let's gain food. Or, not food, cards. Force outlet, already have. I already have the nest type, is what I should say. Green beater. That is the last one I need. Okay, we'll go for cards again. You need worms. Then I have 3 cards I want to get rid of. Go Nectar, Tuck, gain Nectar. Okay. So I'm going to want to exhaust all my Nectar just to catch up here. Kind of doing well enough in every other habitat, and then the wetlands I should be able to play cheap birds for. Okay. 3 turns. Don't think I have enough food for everything. Oh, I wanted the bee eater. Oh, that was my bad. Here. Yeah, I can spend 1 wheat. Guess I have 2 nectar. Yeah, I could have spent 1 more nectar there. Oh well. You can kind of cheat though, and do nectar here. We want eggs in the prairie. Here we kind of are just relying on playing big cards at the end of the game. Okay, draw 2, discard 2. Or tuck 2. Luckily, none of them were too worth playing. Tough. Indian peafowl, not good. Wait, Root-Tit Warbler. Honestly, the Indian peafowl is better in my opinion. I just don't think this is a good use of time, so I'm going to pretend it doesn't exist. If I get a wild forest or wild forest bird, I'm fine with that. Looks like we didn't, but got a good card. We have another good card. This is okay, but we can tuck it for a nectar. Here I'm at. Don't need a wheat. We'll tuck it for the nectar. Yeah, I want cards, that way I can play the best cards for me. Turns left is not a lot of time. Nope. Wild, but not the right habitat. Oh well. Okay, so it looks like the last turn is just going to be gain some food and try to be competitive on here. I might be able to beat green. Don't think I will beat red. It really depends on how much food they are using. Nectar, nectar, nectar. This card does nothing for me. Tuck card, everyone gains something. Tuck card. I am giving everyone a nectar, but that card in my hand did nothing. And I am hoping that 2 turns for green, but 1 turn for red doesn't provide much. I have enough bull nests. Yeah. Mechanical engineer, that's one of the easiest bonus cards to complete. Free food. Oh, nice, it does correct for the fact that nectar goes away. Same because green went for everything. Red, I expect to tuck a lot of their food. I might be able to win for the last round. No, they did tie though. That's it. The Common Starling is a nice card, especially if you have something that gives a lot of food. Oh, I got beat out on Forest Nectar? Oh, not see, noticed that. Forward points I did well, bonus cards I did well, tucked cards I also expect to do pretty well. Green did very well on bonus cards. Wonder what they got. I'm hoping Nectar Point gets me the lead. Yes. Okay. What was green doing? Fish. Yeah, they did pretty well for fish stuff. Birds that can only live in the Forester. I did kind of throw a wrench in there. Ethologist. Yeah, that's a pretty easy one. Endangered Species Protector. That's a pretty nice one, especially when you have 3 cards that are going for bonus. Yeah, they just seem to have a lot of cards that lined up. Okay. Normally, when you go for a bonus card strike, you don't get nearly full points on everything. But yeah. I was still able to win this game. I was not expecting I was able to do that. Just getting lucky with the bonus card helped a lot. Did have some screw-ups as well, but overall, I think I played well. Well, there were, of course, some optimizations I could have done, but did play well enough, it seems. If you had any questions on why I did any decisions, feel free to leave a comment down in the video. Then if you felt like you learned something, feel free to leave a subscribe or a like or a comment. And I hope you have a nice day. Take care.